Okay, so good news, we are here. Just got here a little bit ago, started getting ready. I'm actually sitting in the car right now because there's a ton of bugs outside. Bad news is, I think I forgot my paper map, which is not great, so it means I'm gonna depend on my phone a little bit more than I wanted to. Just kidding, found the map. It's super windy, probably can't hear anything. You can see it's pretty wet right now, but I think I can kind of avoid it by walking on this side. But yeah, usually hiking in PA, most places are just trails of single track inside trees. You don't really get a wide open space like this very often. So I'm loving it. I don't think it's gonna last, but right now it's awesome. The scenery is just awesome. I've been hiking for 10 minutes and I can't put the GoPro away. I haven't been using my trekking poles because I've just been carrying the camera the whole time. But at some point I'll have to put it down. I gotta cross this, so maybe I'll do it up here. If I was smart, I would put the camera down. If my wife was here, she would tell me to put the camera down. Okay, not the safest crossing, but we managed. It's a good time to mention this is supposed to be one of the hardest trails in Pennsylvania. That's probably, if you do the entire loop, it's 42 to 44 miles, depending on what you look at, but I'm not doing that. I'm only doing about half of it. But it's supposed to be hard because it is a ton of up and down. Over the 22 miles that I'm doing, I will have a vertical elevation gain of about 4,500 feet. But right now, we're in the bottom, which means we're probably about to start going up. As you can maybe tell, that is a straight uphill, but this is awesome right now. All, what is that, rhododendron? I'm not a botanist, herbologist, plant guy. So as I started saying, it's supposed to be one of the hardest trails in Pennsylvania, which is great considering I am super out of shape. I basically do no physical activity other than the occasional walk on flat ground. Went hiking a couple weeks ago, but not anything too crazy. So I don't even know if I'm a mile in, and I'm already pretty winded going up this hill. Okay, I think we made it to the top, or what seems like the top. Also had the revelation that it's actually a lot sunnier than I expected, and I forgot my sunscreen. Green is starting to come out, foliage is starting to come out a little bit. Not so much on the trees, tiny little buds on the trees. I have a feeling the more I go around the trail, I'll probably see different levels of foliage on the trees budding out, but on the ground here, you can see these little ferns. So I came to the conclusion that I have no idea if those little green things are ferns. I looked closer and they almost look like tiny little pine things, but it doesn't really make sense. I mean, they're just everywhere. And normally places like this, the ground is just covered in fern. So I sort of just assumed that they were ferns. But I don't know, they're kind of pokey. I don't know. Maybe that's what baby ferns look like. Not a botanist. Been walking on what seems like a plateau at the top of the mountain for a while. It is actually really sunny up here. Way sunnier than I expected. So starting to regret forgetting my sunscreen, because there is just no cover from the sun. There's no leaves on the trees up here. And it's just beating down on my face. I'm somehow more prepared for bad weather than I am for good weather, because I've been used to the bad weather lately. Oh, look at this. This might be a good place to stop, get a drink, eat a snack. Since there's actually some shade right here, I can hide in the shade for a little bit. So 20 means it's the 20-mile marker on the official trail. I started actually right here at this parking spot and went over here, connected to the Black Forest Trail, came down. It's 18, 19, 20. So here's where I want to eventually camp, which is mile 30 on the real trail, which will really be mile like 12 and a half for me. All right, stopped, had a sandwich, took a little break, got some water, and we're off. I was gonna say that another thing about this area that I've heard and read is that there are a lot of rattlesnakes. This general area of the state is sort of the rattlesnake capital of Pennsylvania. And I've never seen a rattlesnake. And I don't really think I'll see them or see any while I'm here, because it is probably kind of early and there's not a whole lot of plant life for them to be hiding in around the trail. But when I'm walking through this, it kind of makes me think maybe. Also, not a snakeologist, so no idea if anything I just said about snakes is accurate whatsoever. For all I know, this is like snake mating season, and all the snakes are out in rut, and they just want to come kill some hikers. Some sort of high fence over there. Don't know what that's for. Maybe some sort of game fence, deer or something. I don't know. I'm not a fenceologist. The nice level ground that I'm experiencing right now has to end soon. And I feel like I'm gonna start experiencing some pain. Oh, my legs are cramping. Just every time I take a step, it's killing me. This frail IT worker body isn't cut out for this stuff.